Alright, we have approximately 25 minutes or so yet left, so I'm still open for requests. Remember, we can play any past Master System game or any Megadrive game. Any Megadrive game. There are a lot of them. Really a lot of them. Like 918. King Broly, don't make me ban you. I do wonder though if Shaq-Fu is on the Genesis. Let's have a look.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure it is.
And I think the Genesis version is even worse as well. Let's have a look. SP, SO, lots of SO. Smurfs, Simpsons, Shining Force. Let's see. Ah, here we go. It's time to play the fighting game that ended a career.
I thought Shining Force was a game for the Saturn.
It was on the Saturn as well, but the first and second game are on the Genesis.
Ah, I see.
I suppose we will be playing story mode, eh? It's downtown Tokyo and I see a sign that says Kung Fu immediately under the big Pepsi billboard. Then I find a small Kung Fu dojo next to another Pepsi billboard. What are the odds? He was there for a charity game, didn't you read it? And apparently Tokyo looks an incredibly lot like San Francisco's Chinatown, and all the signs are in Chinese. And they teach Kung Fu in Japan.
It's pretty typical of Americans not to understand that there's any difference between any of the Eastern cultures.
I like the music too. It's literally just beeps. Yeah, I wouldn't be half surprised if he moved that green drape aside and revealed a whole pile of Pepsi billboards that he has been collecting. How do you enjoy my Pepsi collection, young man?
There was a terrible game I got a burned copy of for the PlayStation, which was called Pepsi Man.
Oh yeah.
Which involved a naked silver man running away from the camera.
The funny thing is that
was,
the freelance astronauts have a absolutely brilliant Let's Play of Pepsi Man. And I was about to say that I remember the freelance astronauts playing this game because I think it was either Evek or Pipes. Every time they went out on the map, he kept humming the same idiotic theme as Shaq was running around, and it was so incredibly hilarious how everyone else just started getting angrier and angrier and angrier. Oh well.
Is it the Globetrotters theme?
Yeah, I think it was. I think it was the Globetrotters theme, actually. Now, the funny thing about this game is that it has some really smooth animation, but the game itself, absolute toss. It is terrible, nigh on unplayable, unnecessarily difficult, and the AI will literally cheat its ass off in order to win. Also, Shaq is basically the worst character in the game as well, which doesn't really help. Also, he does the Shaq dance when he wins. Do the Shaq dance, whoa. And that amazing
So what
music.
is the...
Seriously.
What is the red bar for?
It's some sort of power bar that fills up as your damage so that you can do counter supers and stuff. Of course, the actual button combination to do said super is something that no ordinary human being could hope to achieve. But yeah, the basic problem with the story mode is that Shaq is by far the worst character in the game apart from his range. He has no decent attacks at all. Hooray, she will let us pass. Does this actually mean anything? No, it just means that we have defeated someone. I also like this. Be careful, Prince.
Kind of
You
has
might
a-
hurt yourself with those swords. My swords will make you think twice about that comment. And that is exactly the thing I was trying to tell you, to be careful with those swords. God damn.
What ethnicity is he supposed to be?
Random Middle Eastern person. Much
At
like
least
we've
in the
been
close-up,
fighting
he looks like
random
Tiny
black
Head Man.
woman and, well, you know. The funny thing
I
is that
think
I
that's
am
right,
actually
Frank
doing
Tan.
so much better than the freelance astronauts, it's not even funny. I mean, I think it took them 6 attempts to beat the first opponent, and I'm well on my way to beat the second. Also, I like the completely dark, mysterious people in the background there who are literally just evil hoods.
And a guy on the stairs who looks like he's starving to death.
Probably is. Because the prince is not a terribly good prince. He's more like the artist formerly known as Prince than an actual prince.
Hey, I hear the artist formerly known as Prince is pretty good at basketball, so...
But can he beat the Shaq?
Yeah. I don't know.
It's a celebrity match waiting to happen, everyone. The Colonel! Can't I go back home now? Grrr. I have no idea what that thing is. Why does everyone have weapons except Shaq? Isn't that just a little bit unfair? I mean, he comes in and starts trying to kick people, and they slam him with double swords, voodoo dolls, fireballs, and all kinds of crazy shit.
I guess that's how cool he is. He doesn't need no weapons.
He knows Kung Fu.
Which apparently his opponents don't.
Yeah, the
They know
opponents
how to
actually
make
know how to
weird-
fight. There's a difference.
Yeah.
Oh my god, he turned a rock and exploded. That has to be murder. That has to be murder. There is literally no other word for that.
I think that means he's draconian, doesn't it? If I remember my D&D lore correctly.
Yeah, actually, now that you mention it, that may be it. But he doesn't look like he has any dragon blood in him.
He's got the little pointy... whatever the hell horns.
The whatever the hell horns, right, that's what they're called. I always forget the official term for that. Also, for those who didn't notice just now, this particular AI opponent actually regenerated health with a move. So yeah, the AI can at any time use a move that regenerates health. Unless I'm actively kicking him in the face. That is exactly how fair this game is. Alright, that takes care of the third opponent. Which means that I am officially 3 times as good at this game as Maxwell Adams is.
Woohoo!
I hope he never watches the video
Who's Maxwell Adams?
because he will ruin me. Let's over to Gargoyle's Peak, shall we? Oh. I'll whisper it in your ear after I slap you silly. That is one of the weakest threats I've ever heard, honestly. Oh god. That is another asshole attack right there, because when he does that lightning bolt up thing, it literally hits you. Wherever you are, it hits you, because it comes from above. It doesn't matter if you're moving, if you're standing still, or anything. The only way to stop that attack from hurting you is to attack him. So...
I think we need to make a dick move emoticon for chat. Just bring it up whenever something like that happens.
Yeah, I mean, notice that Shaq is basically relegated to almost exclusively close-range attacks, while every single AI opponent has attacks that reach to the other side of the screen. I am most likely going to lose here, mainly because, well, I can't actually reach this guy who decides to show off his groin to the player. Well...
It's green groin, nonetheless.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, speaking of free throws, wouldn't that be a good idea? I mean, Shaq could call down a basketball or something. I know he has one attack where he brings out a basketball, but I have no idea how to do it. Oh well. That was Shaq-Fu, everyone. And apparently I'm the 4th best fight today. Special move, Inferno Kick. Which is a close combat attack.